Good evening, everyone, and thank you for watching the Barry Beat podcast streaming live to 80 Scoop from Inside Scoop Studios, Main Street, Barry, Vermont. My name is Michael Booten, and my co host is Liam Hogan from Hogan Group LLC. And tonight we have a special guest, Dean Roy, who is running for governor. Dean is a 14-year-old from Stowe and is planning or vying for the top position under the Freedom and Unity Party. Good evening, Dean.
Hello. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you?
Can't complain too much. Wanted to have you come in and present yourself uh, to as you're running for governor, and figured we'd just have you come in and um, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Dean Roy, 14 years old from Stowe, Vermont. I was a former Vermont State Page. And July, I announced my bid for governor of Vermont. Vermont has no age limits. We've always had no age limits. And I learned this during my 8th grade graduation, in which my teacher told me if I'm ever running for governor, he'll be my campaign manager. He's not my campaign manager, but I'm doing this nonetheless.
He so he said he would be your campaign manager, but he's not.
He's not, no.
Well, I'm sorry about that. So what I, well, let's talk about the whole page thing. So you were a page for the legislature back in January last year. How did that process go?
I mean, really, the process started in 7th grade. I had to write a whole essay, submit it to the Secretary of State, and then I got told, hey, you're in. So then, beginning of January, I think it was January 7th, we go down there for our orientation, and from there on out, essentially what we were doing was we were an intern. We passed letters around, we would be there during major speeches, and legislative periods. We would help senators and representatives with various topics. Usually it was just passing certain notes around to various locations. We would sort mail, pretty much what you'd expect, what an 8th grader would do at the Vermont State Capitol. It was a great experience. I got to learn a ton about how our state is run, and I really got to watch a lot of political action around during my experience there. And that really encouraged me to get involved in the political world. I saw a lot of people making really good change, and I was really inspired by that. And that led me down a route where I just continued building on it, becoming more and more political, and eventually announcing a bid for governor.
Nice, nice. So, what's your top issues that you want to deal with when if you win?
I think probably what everyone can agree is on housing. And then I think that's really, really the main issue I want to dig in on. Currently we're seeing a housing shortage of I believe about 8,000 houses per year. We need to build about 8,000 houses per year in order to meet demand. So we are significantly behind on building houses, and we are also significantly behind on building affordable units. We recently built, I believe it was about 4,000 affordable units. The total was about $800 million, and all the units being sold for over 200 grand, around 250 grand is, I believe, about the average. I look at that, and I don't look at that as affordable. I think what Vermont needs to focus on is building units for below 150 grand, possibly even below 100 grand. It is simply impossible for a lot of the youth to live in Vermont, where there's very little work opportunities, where there's very little money here, and still be able to afford houses for above 200 grand. So I think if we want to keep people here, if we want to keep on building our state, and especially keep on building on keeping young people here, we're seriously going to have to focus on building cheaper and cheaper houses. That's the main issue. And then obviously there is property taxes. what I would support is increasing taxes on short-term rentals and the possibility of increasing taxes on larger corporations. Short-term rentals is the main one, though. This can do two things. One, it can encourage short-term rentals to move out of the second home and put it up on the market, which can increase supply, which of course would then lower prices for houses in Vermont. And two, it could raise money, which then I would use to lower property taxes for the bottom 50% of Vermont. And then, of course, raising taxes on corporations, essentially the same line. It's just to raise more money and then use that money to lower property taxes, especially for the middle class and the lower class.
Interesting. So you mentioned $150,000 cost of a home, which is pretty difficult to get to, giving the square footage cost, I think, is somewhere around $400 per square foot. How do you think you can get that, the cost of a home down to $150,000?
I think we might have to take another look at Act 250. Act 250, I believe developers say it adds building costs by about 14 grand. I'm not sure if it's 14 or 12 grand though, which definitely adds up over time. And I think what might be needed is to look at our set of regulations and to see what's truly needed. Because currently in Vermont, I'm not sure how many regulations we can have if we want to stay afloat. So I would encourage Vermont to lower the regulations on building to hopefully continue building homes for cheaper and cheaper and allow our state to, well, survive.
All right. So I do want to give people the opportunity to ask questions. I will say that Susan says, yes, my father will, after this winter, decided he's going to stay in Florida. His home is going to be pricey. I'm assuming she means that as she lives, he moves out, the house is going to be expensive for someone to buy, which is certainly a problem. Second, people that are selling their homes, they're selling them for really large amounts. I think the average sale of a house in Vermont is about $300,000. I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere. What do you think about shifting from a property tax to an income tax base for education?
I mean, I think that there's definitely reform needed in our tax system for education. I don't think I'm educated enough on how much a income tax based system would actually affect education. I don't know if I'm too educated on the topic. I agree with uh, the fundamentals of the change that Governor Scott's proposing. I think that we might have to deal with some consolidation if we want to, well, survive on the education side of things. I just don't think I'm educated enough to say whether or not an income tax based system would actually be better.
Understand that. I'm in the legislature and I don't think I'm educated enough to answer that question. I'm sure that they will be discussing it this year for certain. Yeah, so Governor, the 454, the Act 73, what is your thoughts on the education transformation?
Well, I think what's good about it is it's going to encourage local districts to consolidate on their own. I don't know if it was in Bennington, it was somewhere down south. But a few school districts decided to consolidate on their own. So they got control over that decision, which I think is a great idea. And I hope what the plan was to encourage these local districts to kind of have more control over their consolidation, which I love to see. I don't know if that was the actual goal. I'm just kind of assuming there. I would say I'm overall a fan of the bill because I really just think that something needed to be done. I mean, we'll see if this actually is going to work. I'm really hoping that this is going to allow Vermont to maybe have a bit lower of taxes. Uh, but I mean, I think that consolidation was needed, and it's one of those things that we're just going to have to kind of see if this actually will work.
All right. Now, you are running under the Freedom and Unity Party. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, freedom and unity, as you probably know, is Vermont's state motto. And I really am doing this because one, I wouldn't say I fit into either of the two parties. I feel that neither of them fully represent me. I'd say that I have too many views that would be considered right wing to fit in with the Democrats, and I just do not agree with the National Republicans on many issues. So I just don't see myself fitting into either of these two parties. So that's why I decided to create my own.
All right. So, what's your thoughts on our the Canadian issue that we're dealing with tourism coming down?
Yeah, I mean, my family owns a small business, Jim's Pizza in Waterbury Center, and we've definitely taken a hit. It's very apparent that tourists are not coming in, and that results in small businesses not having nearly as much money as previous summers and winters. And I think it's really just because we've been very intimidating on the national stage, which I seriously do not think is a good idea. I mean, Trump has been consistently threatening basically the Canadian government with annexation, which is something that for America, which is, I mean, we're the free country. We're meant to be the country that's supporting democracy around the world. And I'm seeing a lot of our ties are kind of being cut, and it's definitely not something that I like to see. It's affecting really everyone, especially in northern states like here. And I'm really thinking it's a horrible, horrible idea to be threatening our allies, even if it might have a slight advantage in taking over other countries and resources for us. I still think that it's just far better to respect the immunity, or the autonomy of other foreign countries, especially when they're our own allies. I mean, Canada's in NATO, Greenland's in NATO. I see no need for us to be threatening them with war and with annexation when, I mean, we've never done this in the past. I just don't see any reason behind it.
All right. We actually got a question for you, and I can understand this, right? Are you still 14 or?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
14.
So a lot of people are going to be like, you're running for governor and you're 14 years old. How do you address the elephant in the room on that?
I mean, this is to get experience. I don't really expect to win per se. This is really just a learning experience for me, and to see if I want to enter the world of politics. And if I do want to enter the world of politics, this will be a great stepping stone for me, and it'll really give me maybe a bit of a head start in the future. So I don't exactly expect to be making all the change in the world right here. But what I do expect is to hopefully have this bring me down a path where I can eventually make change. And so I understand, it's definitely kind of crazy. It's kind of ridiculous in a way. But I think people just need to understand that this is purely a learning experience. I'm not meant to, be taken 100% serious. I mean, I understand I'm 14, but I think it's still the right move to just, treat it with respect, treat it with just someone who's trying out in a new world for them. So I mean, I understand the criticism. I perfectly understand how it might seem ridiculous, but I just want people to remember that it's a learning experience for me, and I don't expect the world out of this.
All right. I do have to. I got two more things for you. One, I got to talk to you about the EV mandates. So tell me what your thoughts on EV mandates.
So I believe the mandate that's currently in store is, I think it's 30% of new cars have to be electric by, I don't know if it's 28 or 27, but it's one of those years. And then as it goes down the road, it'll be expanded upon. I'm against it personally. I think that it's not the government's responsibility to tell a person, okay, you can drive this car, you can't drive this one. I just see it from the freedom aspect of it. I don't see it as the right move to be restricting people in just purchasing a type of car, even if it is better for the environment. And really, I really come from the vision of that it's not right for the government to be restricting people in this way and telling them they can only buy this model of car and not this one.
All right. So we are coming up close to that 20-minute mark. As some folks that watch Barry Beat know that Mr. Liam used to be a page as well. And like we discussed earlier, Dean was a page for the legislature last year. I do have to ask you this question. I'm not sure if you've recently read it in VT Digger. Ninth grader from Montpelier High School successfully lobbied the Vermont Senate to replace uncomfortable backless wooden stools for legislative pages with cushioned chairs after hearing Braden's Shuren Burns concerns. Senate Pro Temp Phil Baruth brought the issue to the Senate Rules Committee, which voted unanimously for the upgrade. So I know that you had to sit on those very interesting stools when you were a page. Tell me what your thoughts are about this.
I mean, I haven't actually seen what chairs they're gonna be replaced with. They were really, really uncomfortable. But one nice thing about them was they really did fit the look of the Senate. And that's what I liked about them. So I'm hoping that they're not going with some, kind of odd looking chair. I'm hoping that they kind of stay with the same theme. They were really, really uncomfortable. I'll agree with that. It's good to have a change. I just hope that it's the right change. I hope that they look, like what a Senate should look like and not, kind of crazy. I haven't seen them. I'll see what they look like. I'm definitely gonna Google it real quick. But I think it's kind of a cool idea.
I think they're the regular kind of looking chairs that we even had in the house. But they're, they have the red cushions, and so they're all fancy now. You did your time on the stools, and then they upgraded. Well, they didn't upgrade the house. They only upgraded the Senate.
The house ones were okay. The house ones were fine. They were kind of comfortable.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that the Senate ones were worse.
They were. They were a lot.
Well, like I said, we're coming up to the 20 minutes. I do want to give you an opportunity before you go to give your final pitch on why people should vote for you for governor. So have at it.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's good to say is the only way to make change is to maybe go with a bit more of an extreme option. I understand that a lot of people think that we need more young people in politics. And I think the way to respond to that is by, well, giving a young person your vote. I think a lot of people will agree that the election is nearly decided before it ends. It's seriously not like you're throwing away your vote if you're voting for me. I mean, Phil Scott has won by 70% in basically all of his elections. He's won 5 times in a row. He's the most popular governor in America.
Oh,
Did we lose him?
yeah, you broke up just a little bit.
Oh,
he won
sorry about
70%.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, Phil Scott's the most popular governor in America. There's very, very little chance that he actually loses the next election. So I just kind of want to say that if you want to see, maybe some change for me down the line, if you want to see me potentially in the future make some sort of change, I strongly encourage you, vote for me. It can only help me down the road, and it can only make better change for Vermont in the future.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us. We will certainly be watching you as you progress. And if you ever want to come on Barry Beat, feel free to do that. We certainly like to have folks on. And yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you a lot, guys.
You have a great night.
You too.
All right. So we will go back to our regularly scheduled broadcast. Whoops. And
Is it going to warm up, Michael?
no, it is not. It is not. I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, kid getting involved in politics at a pretty young age. I was definitely not that young when I got involved in politics. It took me a few more years before I started getting involved. And fun story, getting involved in on the Democratic side.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then they turned you red.
I got turned red when I was about 18 years old. Like I really dark red. But I was like very, very blue. And then 18, I became an adult and I turned red. Oh man. Yeah, so anyway, let's talk about the weather, which obviously for folks that don't know, I'm surprised, we're already in the negative temperatures. And it's snowing unpleasantly. Let's see. So obviously,
Looks like TJ's with us.
yes, I see that. He said he's never been more disappointed in Phil Scott. I'm not gonna go down the national politics road.
We agreed before the broadcast.
We agreed before the broadcast. We're gonna keep it local tonight. So let's talk about the weather. Today we had a high of 7 degrees, and we're going to see a negative 12. And then Monday it's going to be 16 with snow, high, and then low of 3. Tuesday also snow, 13 degrees, low of 0. And then Wednesday we are going to get a break from the snow, but we're not going to get a break from the cold.
No.
So 13 degrees, negative 4. And then Thursday, there's going to be some more snow again, 8 degrees, negative 7. And then Friday, more snow, 7 degrees with a low of 6, negative 6. Then Saturday, we are getting another break from the snow, which is going to be 13 degrees of a high and negative 4 for low. And then 18 high for Sunday, negative 3 for low. So yeah, cold.
But
Cold.
On Sunday, it's going to be 18 degrees. So a little warmer than we've seen.
Oh my goodness, it's going to be a heat warm.
It's going to be a heat
This is
wave.
an island in the sun. No.
The sun's going to be out.
Let me tell you, it is so freaking cold. So yesterday it was really chilly, and I went up to Vermont Quick Lube, and I sat in my car. I'm like, I'm not getting out. And Craig came out. It's freezing. He comes out and he's like, "How can I help you?" And I'm like, I need to get my radiator flushed, because apparently I'm supposed to get that flushed like every 30,000 miles, and
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, I did not know that. I haven't had my radiator flushed ever. I've had it for 7 years now, and I've done 68,000 miles. Yeah, it's all that global warming. 100%. Susan says, hoping for an early spring. Yes, please.
maybe an early summer.
Maybe an early summer. In a dry summer again, not a drought, but a dry summer, so I can drive my trike all over. That's what I'm hoping. And Brian says, just another day in paradise.
Yes.
I will say though, the cold kills the ticks, so it will drive down the tick population this year. So I'm actually pretty happy about that.
Freezing out all the ticks.
I like freezing out the ticks. I hate ticks. So anyway, if you don't want to get out of your car, and you can just go right on up to Vermont Quick Lube, and go just pull up. They'll come out. They'll tell you what you need to do, and you'll just drive right in, and they'll service your vehicle. If you want an oil
It's-
change, or if you want to get your radiator flushed.
It's a great thing they do over there.
Yes, it is. All right. So, want to talk about Berrytown?
Berrytown. Oh, yeah, I see that they're gonna have their. Oh, hey, I have a new four-legged friend. So
Yes,
this
you
is
do.
cool. Go get her rabies shot Saturday, March 21st, 10 to 12.
So
Cost
you
us $20. I think, isn't that cheap for a rabies
that's
shot?
like wicked cheap. That's wicked cheap. That's wicked cheap.
That's at 79 Pittman Road, March
Yep.
21st, 10 to noon. So go get your four-legged friend a rabies shot, and then go grab some lunch. Maybe down
mean,
at the maybe down at the Tasty Bites.
It's a tad out, but we want to make sure that people are getting the info. We want to make sure that people get the information because you are supposed to pre-register, and I'm going to drop the link to the Berrytown website that you go to so that you can pre-register, because it's really important for you to do that, because that's what they ask you to do. And $20 is wicked
Cheap.
wicked cheap. So I highly recommend that if you have a pup, although you don't need your rabies, correct?
Personally, no, I don't need my rabies shot. No,
No,
I think I've had mine.
you probably should get your rabies shot. But your dog doesn't need rabies shot, right?
I don't think so. I think when before I adopted her, they got all that stuff for her. So she's
Yeah, if you
probably good.
adopted her from a Potter's Rescue, you said?
Potter's Angels.
Potter's
And,
Angels.
I
Yeah,
actually I made a mistake. They're in Barry, not Williamstown.
Oh, are they in Barry?
Yeah.
I thought they were in Williamstown. Are you sure?
Yeah. That's what I was told at work.
Where did you pick the dog up?
What?
Where did you pick the dog up?
Oh, they brought it right to me. Oh, there she is.
Oh. TJ Michaels says, radiator flushed. That's what she said.
Come on,
We had to go
TJ.
there. We had to go there.
This is a G-rated podcast.
Yes. This isn't the man show that the Alpha Guys podcast, which is now streaming on 802 Scoop on Tuesdays.
I need to get invited to that.
No, you should.
I need.
TJ, you heard it here. He wants to be on there.
I want to be a guest on your podcast, TJ.
So Tab Normandy says that Heather checks all her animals. Potter's is in Barry, so I was wrong. And Katie Tigeson says Meckelson Road, so it's Berrytown, right? That's Berrytown, I think. I might be wrong.
You probably are.
I can be wrong a lot. All right. So we've got tomorrow, not tomorrow, but Tuesday night, we do have city council. But before we do that, we do have the winter parking ban. So don't be parking on
where you're not supposed to.
Exactly. Dog licenses are due by April 1st. Did you get your license yet?
I'm working on it. I just filled out the piece of paper. I gotta go. I gotta write him a check and all that.
Oh, Katie says it's up by Beckley Street. I wonder where that. It's the old.
I saw the light bulb above my head.
Well, yeah. Well, because I think Central Vermont Humane Society used to be up there. I mean, way back, like 10, 15 years ago. I'm pretty sure that's where it is. So they must have moved from Williamstown. That would be my guess. I bet you they moved from Williamstown, But that, I guess I'm on like super old information.
Well, that's just because
Careful. And Dylan Mears says, "Don't crowd the plow."
Yeah, don't
Exactly.
park where you're not supposed to.
And TJ is going to have you on. That's what he
Oh,
said.
did he say?
Got it
Oh,
noted.
I see that. Noted. All right, TJ.
All
I'll
right.
see you next
So
Tuesday.
make sure you get your dog license by
Yep.
April 1st.
Whew.
Do want to let folks know that there are warming shelters available, and I'm going to drop the link for the warming shelters because you definitely want to know
If your
where they
tootsies get
are.
cold,
It's going to get a little chilly. So the emergency overnight cold weather shelter in Barre is the Barre Congregational Church from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And that's tonight. And then tomorrow, it will also be at the Barre Congregational Church. It does not have Tuesday nights, but it does have on Monday nights information. So go to the barrycity.org website that I dropped in there if you want to know where the warming shelters are. And there's also a warming center tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. at the Good Shepherd. And they'll provide breakfast.
ooh.
Yes.
My
All right.
tootsies might be a little cold if they're putting breakfast on.
I'm going to say it's not for you.
I'll just
Say it's not for you. All right. So City Council this Tuesday, they're meeting and they're going to be issuing an RFQ, request for quotes.
oh.
I
I was going to
believe
say request for questions.
quotes for the 143 North Main Street redevelopment project. So do you know that's the JJ Newberry's building?
Right, that's the one they bought. So
Yep.
they're looking to find someone to do what they want to do with it.
Correct. So they're going to see what ideas are out there. BADC was able to deliver on their promise to secure the property from the current owners. I was very surprised. I shouldn't have been surprised, right? It was Steve McKenzie.
He was
McKenzie's
committed.
amazing. Yeah. So the city now owns the building, so hopefully they'll have something. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a situation like City Place. Which, do you know which building City Place is?
It's not the big one near Beckley Street, is it?
No, that's Barry Manor. So City Place is right over this way. It's the big building right next to the theater.
Gotcha.
So that whole process was kind of led by the city back in 2013, something like that.
Wow.
And then there will be a budget presentation, including presentations from the Aldrich Library, the BADC, and the Barry Partnership. We give them money out of our budget. And then finally, well, not finally, they will be discussing an allocation of $60,000 from the Sepper Bond Fund annuity and $10,000 from the Brusa Trust to help finance the rebuilding of the recreation department. Yep. The Sepperbond, Charlie Sepperbond provided an annuity. I think we got that back in 2012, I believe. He passed away and he gifted the city an annuity that in perpetuity gives us about $50,000 to $60,000 annually. That's unrestricted.
Gotta love unrestricted money.
I do like unrestricted money. I do. The school, we did approve our budget,
Nice.
and so, and I'm going off from memory, so I do apologize. Looking about $200 per $100,000 increase. So if your house is worth It's roughly, that's not a great estimate, especially for Barry. Barry is really confusing because we have our reappraisal. So our CLA is going to go up, our tax rate is going to go down, but your appraised value is going to go up. But basically, you're going to be about the same as Barry Town's tax rate, the combined tax rate. It'll be probably about a $200 increase per 100,000 in your home.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's going to be tough. And then you're also going to be voting on whether or not to push the school vote date to May. Did not
Why?
want to do that.
Why don't we want to push it to May?
I think there's some people want to be able to have the information available, such as, what the yield is going to be, because we've talked about this. Education financing is super confusing, and it would be nice to have it solid. And,
Right.
So there are some schools that do it. The only problem with our community doing it is we have to do RIF notices. Which means that, teachers are going to get this notice saying, hey, you may not have a job come next year. And it kind of puts, it's kind of an icky feeling. I don't know if I'm going to vote no on that particular article, but, and I think I made that pretty clear that I wasn't thrilled to have it in there during the discussion. But it is what it is. BUSD schools are closed tomorrow. I saw that on the resident chat that there was a text sent out.
I'll still be going to work.
Me too.
Yeah.
But do you have to go into the office, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to trudge the snow. They're not gonna close it for you?
Nah.
No?
It's gonna be the blowy kind of snow, so it'll be fine. And my cross track will go anywhere. So
That's right. You have a Subaru, so it's all-wheel drive, right?
all-wheel drive goes anywhere. I get like 30 miles to the gallon. I don't have to fill up.
Susan says the resident chat is rough. Stay tuned, Susan, because we're going to talk about one of the posts in there.
Did someone get
she is
roasted
right.
again?
It is rough.
Someone's always
Yeah.
getting roasted there.
Yeah. Vermont is bracing for dangerous weather sequence, beginning with record-setting Arctic cold, wind chills as low as 40 degrees, minus 40 degrees, and immediately followed by the season's heaviest snowfall. The storm is expected to dump between 8 and 18 inches of snow across the state from Sunday through Tuesday, prompting state officials to deploy all available resources for emergency sheltering and road maintenance. So we've already talked about this a little bit, but I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like there's a lot of kind of like, and
It's like the freaking apocalypse.
I know,
I'm like,
it's like 8 to 18 inches. So,
and
what
everybody's
that
going out.
means I have to get up like a half an hour early because I have to shovel my driveway. I just, I will say that, I get it. People don't want to drive in the snow, but this is Vermont, man.
Yeah. You chose to live here.
You chose, yeah. It's
you wanted the snow.
Yeah.
That's why we live in Vermont.
I don't know if we wanted the snow. But I will say that, it is one of those things like, it's Vermont, and I feel like people are a little more sensitive to snow now than they were when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. TJ, you can drop a comment, or Susan, I don't know how long you've lived here. Am I correct on that? Like, I feel like we're like freaking out. I went up to Walmart. I went up there for
Walmart's closed too, I heard.
that's insane. That's insane. Snowmageddon.
Snowmageddon, that's right, TJ.
Yeah. So I went up to what did I buy? And somebody was like, "Oh, the shelves are going dry," and I'm like, "Man,
Why?
why?"
Milk, bread, and eggs.
Yeah, I mean that's what I got. I got some eggs so I could. Yeah, and TJ
I
has
have a power
snow
snow shovel.
Is that one of your kids?
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. One of the things that the snow brings, again, is the salt, right? And the salt kills, absolutely kills your car. And
Even a Subaru.
even a Subaru. Well, have you gotten yours undercoated yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. I gotta go. Neither have I, so I can't say anything. But Yipes, Barry, Bevins and Sons undercoating, and they also do have jackets. You can put your logo on them, so you can get warm with your logo. Getting a jacket, and you can get your car serviced and put some undercoating underneath there, which you really should do.
You should too.
You should. Yeah, I know. I know. I should.
Maybe we can go together. We'll go live from Yipes.
Oh, that's a really good idea. I bet you Val would love that.
Yeah.
Bet you Val would love that. We could, although I don't think you can. I don't think. What do you have in your cup there, Liam?
Oh, I got water. It's
Uh-huh.
water. Don't worry.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. That's funny, Barbara, though.
Susan was at Walmart this morning, and I've lived in Vermont since I was in first grade. Haven't seen a storm like this since Valentine's Day 2007.
Wow.
Oh man, 2007. I'm trying to remember that. I think I got pictures from that. That was a pretty big storm. That was
it a rough Valentine? Was it a rough Valentine's Day for you, Michael?
No, it wasn't. I never have rough Valentine's Day. Never. I don't have to worry about anything. It's great. I made choices. Anyway, people should make a choice to get to go down to Yipes and get their undercoating.
Get your car undercoated.
Yep. All right. Support staff, and they're also a union shop. So as we go into the next news item, support staff at Copley Hospital in Morrisville successfully defeated a rare decertification attempt, voting 73-38 to maintain their labor union with a wider margin than their original 2024 organizational vote. The challenge arose following a year of stalled contract negotiations and controversial move by the hospital administration to exclude union members from a 5% general pay raise. Despite management's public preference for a direct relationship without a third party, workers reaffirmed their commitment to collective bargaining to secure livable wages and transparent pay scales. TJ, his wife spent all day shoveling. I am not surprised. You know what I think? I think that's a man court issue that needs to be taken up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
I just let all the snow. I let all the snow fall first, and then I go out and shovel. I'm not a. Some people are like in every hour or every couple hours they go out and shovel. I just let it all go, and then I shovel.
I'm there with you.
Yeah.
Let it come down, and then I call Mike Burner to come and plow my driveway.
There you go. And then, do you shovel your path, or are you put on your boots and just kind of
I have a
stomp it down.
I have a snowblower. I do have a
So
snowblower.
just one good push and you're good.
I snow blow a path from the front to the back, and I snow blow out a spot where my dog can go to the bathroom, so she doesn't have to be in the
Wow.
snow. Yeah, I'm she's a princess. She's a princess.
I
All
love
right. While Vermont has successfully added over 1,700 new child care slots and 100 programs since 2023 passage of Act 76, which I believe was the bill there that the bill that put that additional tax on. I might be incorrect on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the child care tax that was put in. A recent study shows a growing disparity between urban and rural access. Communities like Franklin, Essex, Orange face a child care deficit more than double that of southern regions, forcing parents to choose between extreme commutes or leaving a workplace entirely. So you're doing your part not to have children so we don't have a shortage in the childcare area.
Right.
Same here.
I'm glad to do my part.
Of course, if they cut down on some of the regulations for daycares, maybe people will start doing it as a side hustle again.
Having children?
Well, no, you don't want to side hustle having children. No, I am not promoting side hustling having children. That
I wasn't.
needs to be. I feel like that's probably not something you should be promoting.
No, probably not. That's we needed the clarification though.
No. The side hustle was the daycare facility, and I probably shouldn't call it a side hustle because it's not a side hustle, but people could legitimately like have a business, like, you know, it was over-regulated. There wouldn't be a shortage of childcare spots if the stupid state did not pay for people's children to go so they could have a break. If you want a break from your children, get a job.
That could be said for most people, Barbara. Just get
That's
a job.
Barb. All right, Vermont legislators, a sentence that never ends in goodness, are considering a new specialty license plate, unless it's Michael Booten as a legislator, a new specialty license plate featuring the logo of the Vermont Green FC to support environmental and outdoor initiatives. The proposed bill would direct 80% of the annual $45 fee to a new state fund for sustainability projects, marking the first time the state would offer a plate commemorating a sports team. This initiative aligns with Burlington-based club's mission of climate justice, while providing new revenue for the state's transportation fund.
What are they doing to you over there, Michael?
I don't know, but I'm not going to lie. I'm not interested in dumping any more money into any type of environmental thing until we can actually like cut the taxes in the state of Vermont, because it's total BS. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not okay.
I'll take a license plate with the Vermont Green logo on it though.
You'll take a license plate with a Vermont Green?
Yeah,
logo?
Isn't that the soccer team?
I don't know. Is that
So.
We have a soccer team?
Don't we?
I didn't know that we had a soccer team.
That's enough out of you.
I'm going to get into trouble if I start talking about soccer, so I'm just going to move on. I will say this. If you need a license plate, or if you have a license plate, you know, you can get your license plate transferred to a new vehicle. So if you went to Preston's Kia and you bought yourself, which they will walk you through the entire process, okay? And they'll walk you through the whole process, your financing, all of that. And you can get a new vehicle, you can transfer your license plates over. I don't know if they do the transferring. I'm assuming they do, but
I think they do.
you know, they'll walk you through the financing and purchasing the vehicle. And I do think that they probably have documents that help you transfer your license plate. So Preston's Kia.
Yeah, it's only if you have like a truck, you have to get a new one. Like
Oh,
you can't
really?
transfer. Right. If you have like a pickup, you can't put a truck plate on your car.
And TJ Michael says they do. So
They do.
there we go. Oh, this one is about to get, this one's going to fire people up.
You just love firing people up.
I love firing people about this stuff. This stuff irritates the crap out of me. Well, this doesn't irritate me. Okay, so Burlington's Howard Center announced it will shut down its safe recovery program and sterile syringe distribution services this summer to prioritize limited resources toward its core mental health and developmental disability missions. The closure, effective June 30th, marks the end of a long-standing harm reduction. Hate that term. Let me rephrase that. I hate that term when it's defined with passing out crack pipes and syringes. Harm reduction effort that provided clean needles, Narcan, perfectly fine with passing that out, and overdose prevention training, and perfectly fine with that as well, to local community. State officials and center leadership are currently working to transition these vital services to other local providers to ensure there's no lapse in care for vulnerable students. Not gonna lie, no transferring the whole like safe syringe thing. I just, somebody please tell me the reason why we should have safe syringes. Somebody put it in the comments. Put it in the comments why my tax money should be going to pay for safe syringes. Okay, and everybody will be like, you know, well, it's the same argument as Narcan. No, it's not. It's not the same argument as Narcan. Okay, safe syringes, like, is it the AIDS epidemic that people are afraid of, or
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, but no,
I don't know how. Yeah.
saving no safe syringes. I'm sorry. I'm anti-safe syringes.
You're anti-safe syringes.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I'm pro safe. You can buy freaking syringes online for like $30 for like 300 syringes.
I'm pretty sure you
Go
can buy
to
them at Walmart.
Amazon.com as you're going to shoot up and just purchase those for your next shoot up session. Okay.
They'll bring them right to your door.
Yeah, they'll bring them right to your door. You know, within 3 days. Good enough for you. So
Probably
good.
free shipping too.
Yeah, and I bet you can get your crack pipes there too. No, I doubt that.
I doubt it.
I doubt that. That you can get your crack pipes. Use
There's probably a special Amazon for that.
a really special Amazon. Oh, that's so irritating. The crack pipe is like really infuriating. Like on levels, like there's the syringes and then there's crack pipes. You're passing out freaking crack pipes. I don't know why. I don't know what the benefit is.
Me either.
Burn your face off with your old crack pipe. Not my problem. Med Response has NARC. Let's see.
I'm addicted to.
We don't need to pay for habits. Sorry, but no. Med Response has NARC. We don't need to pay. Exactly. We don't need to pay for the habit. I'm addicted to Big Macs. I'm appalled. There's no free state sponsored Big Mac.
I'm with you, TJ.
I'm with you too.
Pro Big Mac.
If you're diabetic, you don't get the syringes for free. That's right, you don't. I don't think you should get them for free for do your drugs. Thank you, Barb. 100% agree. So that being said, sorry, Howard Center, I'm not sorry. Sorry, but
I'm not sorry, Howard Center.
that you're not doing those anymore. I love this one. I'm gonna do the Barb's thing right there. There, you don't get your drugs too. Perfect. Love it. All right. Okay. You ready for? We're almost at 1 hour. Do we want to talk about the dumpster fire that is the Barry resident chat?
Obviously. Oh, let me see if I can open this. Hang on. I like when people get roasted. Sometimes I'll just comment. I'm here for the comments.
I know. Like, did you see? So I feel part of me feels really bad. Part of me feels really bad. I don't know if I want to say anything, but I gotta, because
Yeah.
like I got a lot of crap for my stance on the hotel program. I felt that we were not helping people with the hotel program. We put them in hotels, blah 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 blah, right?
Yeah.
And I just didn't think it was beneficial. It's not helping people get out of the situation that they're in. But there was a comment, and somebody's asking for the food, right? Like I'm perfectly fine, people asking for food. That's a different
That-
story. But
yeah.
they were asking for like bottled water, and they were in the hotel, and people were vicious, saying, you have a tap water, just go get the tap water. And yeah, I, you know what I do when I see those posts? I just keep on scrolling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just keep on scrolling. Do you have anything? I'm going to leave this here. I've decided I'm not going to go any further into this. The comments were vicious, and some of them were kind of funny, but they were vicious. They were very vicious. They're not as vicious as the comments that are about me on the Reddit chain.
Oh no.
Did you not see those? Have we not talked about them? I feel like we've talked about them.
Do you have your own subreddit, Michael?
There's a Reddit chain about me.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Are you going to drop it in the comments?
I could. I could. It's about the turning point thing in Barry.
Oh yeah, you took some heat on that.
Huh? What'd you say?
I said you took some heat on that one.
Oh, I took some nasty comments on that. Okay, if you're watching, I didn't comment on that, Susan. I didn't comment on that at all.
No, we scrolled past it.
Yeah, I just scrolled past, but some of those comments are really aggressive.
Some of them are just
So
I mean,
the
food
Reddit,
is the food
Reddit.
is.
So this is somebody that lives in this area, and I would love to know who wrote this. But this person writes, Michael Booton seems like the kind of guy you'd invite over for a sleepover and catch doing something inappropriate to your sister's undergarment drawers. That's the kind of thing that anonymous posters like to post. You know what? I am going to drop it into the comments because it's kind of funny. I think it's funny.
How many comments are on there?
This one has, I think, 190, 100, maybe 200 comments. There's several posts about me in Reddit. I'll just say this. Obviously, I am very much hated by a segment of our population, and I'm sorry that you feel that way. And I wish you well. and I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
I didn't. How did I not see this?
You didn't see those Reddit comments?
No.
Oh man, they are vicious. They are very vicious.
Oh man.
Again, I don't really care because I think it's funny, and the reason why I think it's funny is because the people that are saying that kind of stuff, one,
Yeah.
they don't know me, right?
Right.
Like they don't know me, and they probably have only heard about me and have never physically met me, had an opportunity to talk to me.
Right.
Because I'm relatively nice to everybody I meet until you are super nasty to me, and then I'm like, I can't have that negativity in my life. So, yeah, but have fun, folks. It's a lot of fun. All right, you got anything?
I don't have anything. I got some reading to do now.
Yeah, there's 3 Reddit chains. One of them, 2 of them are all about the turning point thing. Again, 15-year-old kid asked me to speak at an event.
And you said yes.
I did say yes. Alpha Men plates. Well, that's not a bad idea.
You should go on Alpha Men and talk about it.
Oh no, I'd get into trouble on that. That's way too much testosterone in one area. I don't have enough to qualify for Alpha Men.
Oh no.
On that note, want to wish everyone a happy day, and we will see you next week
Right here on the Barre Beat.
right here on the Barre Beat.